And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode, our third total episode of Unhinged FC. If you guys missed last week, we were previewing the Leipzig Liverpool game and PSG Barcelona game on Tuesday. If you guys missed those, the way they ended 2-0 Liverpool over Leipzig, and then in the other game 4-1 PSG over Barcelona. Edward is having a little bit of fit of emotions as Barcelona falls that much closer to making him start singing. And on Wednesday, we were previewing the Sevilla Dortmund game. If that you missed that one, that was a fantastic game. Erling Haaland went Super Saiyan, as I was telling Hector earlier. 3-2 Dortmund beat Sevilla. And in the other game, Porto Juventus, we all had that one as a blowout for Juventus. And of all things to happen, Porto 2-1 victors at Porto. I mean, absolute shocking game right there. Szczesny with the mistake, and then right off the top of the second half, you had
You mean
Porto.
to tell me Szczesny makes mistakes?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But guys, real quick, what did you see last week in the games last week that kind of surprised you? I know I mentioned the Juventus game, but anything else that surprised you?
Well, I actually got surprised with how Piqué was talking shit to Griezmann.
I'm not.
I'll be honest. Greasy wasn't performing, but at the same time, it's like
Neither was the back line.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, so it's kind of like saying, hey, like you guys suck. Oh wait, we suck too. You know, like come on, dude. Like,
I mean, they literally have a picture. They literally have an image of PK like grabbing Mbappe by the shirt.
Yes,
like that was his last ditch effort was to be dragged, letting Mbappe drag him through the field.
Exactly, bro. Who was it? There was the UFC fighter, the one that's trying to be a professional footballer right now. Khabib. It was Khabib.
Yeah.
He apparently, I think Mbappe signed a shirt and gave it to Khabib because Khabib was at the game, and Khabib tweeted, and this was at PK, I think. He said, "You better not grab his shirt because this one's mine." And I was like, "Whoa!" I was like, "Damn," because I think he's a Madrid fan, he's a Ronaldo fan, and then he's a PSG fan. So
Khabib could be whatever fan he wants. Let's be honest. Nobody's gonna tell him.
I'm not gonna say anything to him.
He can tell me he's a Barcelona and Real Madrid fan, and I'll be like, all right, man. Yeah, you do you. You want to wear the same jersey at the same time? Go right ahead. I'm not gonna be met by a man who used to fight bears as a kid. That's not happening for me. Yeah, I'm kind of right there with you though. That game, that whole game.
Not only that, but look at his entourage, man. I mean, they're ready to ride or die against Conor McGregor.
They took a trolley to the face for one of them and was still ready to beat up Conor McGregor right afterwards. So, that tells you something there.
But the game itself, I was just like, damn, I was so devastated.
Yeah, that was. I didn't want to talk too much about it because I know you're going to be in your emotions about this one because we do have leg 2 coming up in a week and a half, so that's going to be something to look forward to if they can make a comeback. But we'll talk more about that next time.
I mean, it has happened before.
In this exact matchup, in the exact same situation.
Except not the exact same situation.
Well, flip situation.
Yeah, it was in Camp Nou. The second leg was in Camp Nou last time. Now, Park the Prince. I don't see it. I'm like really trying to hold it.
Next week,
you'll have to pray for the messy God to come into play. But this week, guys, Tuesday. That's obviously what day we're looking at right now. You have 2 games. These are actually both pretty interesting games. At least definitely one of them is. The other one is interesting if you're a fan of one team and not the other. I'm obviously talking about Atletico Madrid versus Chelsea. This one's obviously a very good matchup. Looking forward to it. The second game here, Lazio versus Bayern Munich. This is, like I said, kind of a fan. If you're a fan of one team, you're probably going to enjoy it. If you're a fan of the other, if you're a Lazio fan, I don't know how much you're going to enjoy this game. You might be enjoying this a lot like how Edward enjoyed the Barcelona game last week.
But
guys, starting out, looking at Atletico Madrid and Chelsea, obviously last time they matched up was the 2013-2014 semifinals in a knockout stage game, which is where Atletico progressed against Chelsea in that one. That was 3-1 on aggregate. And this is the first time that Chelsea has made it to a knockout stage and hoping to progress since that game. And for Atletico, this is their 7th out of the last 8 seasons where they have made it to the knockout rounds. What do you guys see coming into this game? I mean, what are you guys looking at for this one?
Well, I'm waiting to see what Suarez brings. To be honest, that's it's kind of like fuck you to me as a Barca fan, but hey, you can't hate the player. Really, you can't. So if he shows up and scores like a hat trick, and I'll be like, well, we ended up losing him. We can't say anything.
I
So
I I think for Atletico Madrid this season, Suarez has definitely been that late that late magic guy for them. Always comes in very big in those final moments, especially when they need a goal. Um, Recently, kind of a little bit more lackluster as far as the attack goes. I mean, they just came off of a loss recently this past weekend, I believe to Levante, and I mean, you know, and it's just kind of once again, I think maybe Suarez's age is maybe finally kind of catching up to him. But I mean, that attack, you still have João Felix, you still have Marcos Llorente, you still have Koke, who's probably one of the most underrated midfielders in the game right now. When you think of midfielders, and especially Spanish midfielders, I don't think he's a guy that gets talked of enough. And I mean, you have that solid back line that it's crazy to think that when Diego Godin left, that you were wondering how this back line is going to look. And um, the defense has significantly looked better without Godin. And then obviously you have Jan Oblak between the sticks, who, in my opinion, is the best goalkeeper in the world. Edward can say whatever he wants, but once again, he doesn't know shit.
Yeah, no,
uh,
Jan Oblak, man, I gotta give you that one. He definitely has a case for himself as being the best goalkeeper, especially this season. I mean, what they're doing for Madrid, what he's doing for Madrid is absolutely outstanding. He's been pretty much as close to lights out as you can get for a goalkeeper in today's game. Everything seems to favor the attacking players, so seeing a goalkeeper be able to stand on his head and perform the way he's doing is absolutely fantastic. For me, I look at this Chelsea team and I look at this attack for Chelsea. You have Mason Mount, you have Christian Pulisic, you have insert player here who is a young under 23-year-old.
Actually, unfortunately, Christian Pulisic is out with an injury.
Yeah, so he is missing because of a
yeah.
thigh injury again. His thigh is being a pain in the butt. But yeah, I mean this attack, even without him, you're still looking at five guys that can fill in that are under 23, 24 years old that are still fantastic. Um, this team is probably criminally underperforming constantly. They did just, you know, decide to make a change in the back. We talked about this before while we were off air with me and Hector did. Obviously, Kepa is no longer the guy in between the sticks for him. Um, Even though
Yeah.
they're paying him all that money just to ride the bench and hand guys their water bottle as they go sit take a seat. Um, this team it's got a lot of pieces that could be good. It's just whether or not they put it together at the right time. I mean, like I said, they probably criminally underperformed compared to what they probably should be doing. And that's coming from a Liverpool fan talking about Chelsea, and it hurts me on the inside to admit it that this Chelsea team should probably be a lot better than they are.
Well, I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
obviously they're transitioning with a new manager now with Tuchel, being the new guy, the new head guy for Chelsea after letting go of Lampard. And I think it just but they've looked a lot better since Tuchel has taken over. Weirdly enough, he's not being able to use his guy in Pulisic because of injuries being a thing. But I think this could be a good thing for him to see out some more talent. Can we see more of Zaya? Can we see a little bit more of Kai Havertz? Can we see maybe Timo Werner a little bit more? I mean, he's got weapons. I
Yeah.
mean, plus you have an amazing midfielder in Kai Havertz. So I mean, you have a plethora of players. The talent is there. The question is, can you just put these guys in the right place? And this is it's gonna be asking for a lot, especially when you're going up against this Atletico Madrid's defense. But I mean, this attack could be very scary, depending how they set it up, what formation they're looking at. I mean, you have Olivier Giroud and Timo Werner. I feel like maybe if you want to go for a striker pairing, that could probably be a pretty good pairing to have.
Yeah, and you mentioned the strikers. There's another one you left out though, and that man Tammy Abraham, the young kid up front. He's also another one that's been absolutely fantastic. You can kind of honestly replace him and Giroud can be interchangeable and pair them with Werner and his burning speed. And it's a fantastic pairing up front, no matter which way you go with that. Also, Angola Kante. I mean, the unheralded man in the engine room, if you will. He literally runs this team from a CDM position that we haven't really seen that type of dominant CDM in a long time. But he's been doing it.
Yeah.
He's been doing it so well for 5-6 seasons now since he came over from Leicester. It's been absolutely fantastic to watch him play, and he's grown himself into one of the world's best midfielders. You talked about Koke on the other side, he's kind of that guy that came after the golden generation of midfielders for Spain. You know, obviously the guys that won the 2 Euros and the 1 World Cup. He came at the end of that, and you know he was there, but he wasn't barely included. And then he's kind of looked at as the Spain generation that let everybody down, even though he's still one of the best midfielders in the world. He's
Koke's
just
a hell of a he's a hell of a midfielder.
yeah, and everybody just kind of looks at him and is like, but you're the part of the team that lost. You know, you're not La Furia Roja. You're just kind of there. You're Roja. You're not much else. That's about as good as he gets. And so he doesn't get the love that golden generation really was given in Spain. So he's something that is going to be a matchup to watch for me. I got that Kante Koke matchup in midfield being something that'll be a little more interesting to who can dictate the pace of play between the two of them.
Right.
But looking forward to this game, guys. Obviously, there's a lot of question marks going forward. You know, who is going to be the one on top, because this is going to be probably the most competitive game on Tuesday. I mean, really, you look at Lazio and on the other side versus Bayern. We'll get to that one in a minute. But what's your guys' predictions on this one? What's your guys' prediction for the first leg final score? We none of us really hit last week, so we got some making up to do.
Yeah, we gotta. Well, with Chelsea, it's kind of like a not a hit or miss, but it's more of like a. I'll have to say Atletico Madrid wins 3-1. I'm giving Atletico Madrid a hell of a lot more credit. I feel like they're more hands down, like better passing, in my opinion. This is my opinion. They're better passing. They got, like I said, they got Suarez, who's literally, I think, the better striker out of, even compared to Chelsea and Atletico Madrid in that game. So that's my opinion. Hey there, back there, hi there, ho there.
But yeah, no, I get that. I get the 3-1 Atletico. That's not a bad pick, honestly. That's a little bit higher than I would be expecting in this one. But Hector, what about you? What's the final for this one?
I think it's actually gonna be a lot tighter than what people are gonna, at least whatever is expecting. I think that there's gonna be some. I still think that we're gonna need to see a little bit more from this attack. You might have to actually be more dependent on João Felix more than you'll be over Luis Suarez. And I think that's just because I think Luis Suarez's age is kind of getting to him right now. At least it's been showing in his last few games. And so I think that it's going to be more around João Felix. So can we finally see this young wonder kid live up and be the future of Portugal? And I mean, Portugal is kind of now going into their golden generation of players as we're seeing them. So, I mean, I definitely want to see something from the young players of Atletico Madrid. But yeah, for sure. I think for me, it's going to be a 2-1 win. I don't think you can sleep on this defense. And I mean, give credit to Chelsea. They do have like a decent back line. So I'll say 2-1 Atletico Madrid.
Yeah. And so the very interesting thing about this game as well that didn't mention in the lead up, this is actually happening in Bucharest, Romania. This game is taking place, which is very odd because Diego Simeone is one of those guys that has not lost at home since he's taken over as Atletico's manager. So it's a very interesting thing right here because they're not actually playing at home. So he can lose this game and not lose his current record of never losing as Atletico's home manager, which is what happens in my eyes. I have this actually going 2-1 Chelsea for me. I do think this attack from Timo Werner and Kai Havertz and Ziyech and whoever they want to put at striker next to Timo Werner is just Johnny on the spot, really. Just be in the right place at the right time, get a striker's goal, get a poacher's goal, if you will. For people who still call them poachers, they're in the right spot, guys. Give them credit for that. But I do think this one goes 2-1 for me for Chelsea. Kind of changed it up a little bit, not just going with the dominant Atletico team that I do think they'll be successful. I just don't think this is the time. I think, unfortunately, this Chelsea team has a little bit too much power. I mean, you don't make a move for Timo Werner and Kai Havertz and then bring in somebody like Tuchel, who is, by the way, the guy who replaced Jurgen Klopp at BVB at Dortmund, and he had a lot of success there as well. So it's
He
not
did.
like
He did.
it's not like he's just some slouch of a coach. He is the normal one's successor, if you will, and so he does know what he's doing, and he will get this team
The normaler one.
yeah, the more
one.
normal, yeah, whatever you want to call it, the new normal. But we'll be right back, guys. We're gonna go to a quick break real fast, and you'll hear from our sponsors, Fanatics and Fubo TV. And when we get back, we will talk to you guys about Lazio versus Bayern. What's up, everybody? It's Kelsey from the High Low Sports Podcast. If you missed the brand new news, we have partnered with Fanatics.com. So if you're in the market for a brand new t-shirt, brand new hoodie, brand new jersey, no matter the team, no matter the player, no matter the sport, Fanatics.com is your place to stop. Not only does this help support our podcast, but it helps support the entire Unhinged Sports Network. Check the link in our bio or go to unhingedsn.com. I'll be having DJ and the High Low Sports Podcast. See ya. What's up, everybody? It's Kelsey from the High Low Sports Podcast, and we recently partnered with Fubo TV. What is Fubo TV? Fubo TV is a service to broadcast live TV over the internet, no cable required. Watch your favorite teams, network shows, news, and movies on over 100 plus channels. You get channels like CBS, NBC, ABC, Fox. You can watch all the games. So go ahead, click that link in our bio, and get started on your 7-day free trial. And stay tuned to some more great programming right here on the Unhinged Sports Network. And welcome back, guys. Obviously, you just heard from our friends over at Fanatics and Fubo TV. If you guys haven't joined the movement yet, go cut your cord with Fubo TV. Stop paying for your cable bill. It's so high. Stop doing it. Stop wasting your money. And the other thing, we all are fans. As you can see, Hector, if you guys are watching this on YouTube, Hector is rocking his Real Madrid jersey. Edward was rocking his Barcelona stuff last week, along with his Dortmund stuff. Go get your stuff over at Fanatics.com, guys. Get your jerseys. We're all fans. The only way we can show our fanhood is with some cool apparel, and Fanatics.com has your stuff. But guys, there's a second game we have to get to. It might be like pulling a Band-Aid off if you're a Lazio fan, but if you're a fan of football or soccer in this case, this might be a very exciting game for you to watch just because of Bayern Munich and how good they are. But Lazio, Bayern Munich coming off of a Club World Cup victory, beating Tigres in the finals, and looking absolutely fantastic. You have a young Canadian over there in Alphonso Davies, who is, well, let's just say he looks really good playing football or soccer. And for Lazio, this is a big game for them. This isn't kind of something that you think that they're going to take lightly. They're going to take this very seriously and try to get it upset. But let's be honest, the cards are pretty stacked in there against them right now. But what do you guys see going into this one? Edward, we'll start out with you. What do you see going into this one?
Okay, so on this one, to me, it's clean cut. We already know who's going to win. We already know who's going to come in bombing in there. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they left some of the starters out. Like if they didn't start Lewandowski just to do that. Yeah. But yeah, I honestly have to give. And then Davies, I mean, I already know that dude's gonna go all the way up front, center, and then if he has to defend, he will do it. He will go right back and just that crazy speed, bro. Oh man, that dude is a killer. I'm really like, I'm already backing Bayern Munich already as a Dortmund fan, and I'm backing Bayern. So
does it hurt you a little bit on the inside? I know Chelsea hurt me a little bit last game we talked about.
Yeah,
But Edward also has a man crush on Robert Lewandowski. So
Lewandowski is my favorite striker.
Understandably so. I mean, have you seen that man's chin line? It is literally etched out of granite. The guy is he can cut granite with his already cut from granite chin. It's just
pretty much.
I mean, ESPN took the time to talk about freaking Robert Lewandowski's body when he was walking around shirtless. So I mean, there goes show the commitment. So
let me put it this way: he is my body goal. Like as I work out, that is my body goal right there.
Is it a body goal or a body dream? Because I know for me that is a very far-fetched dream. I'd love to look like that, but I don't think that's in the realm of possibility to look like that man. He literally he's carved from a granite pillar like the Greek gods of old. except for
I
he's
feel
Polish.
I feel like I'm over here like, hey, so this is my dream, and Custody goes, hey, what's up, guy?
No, that was PSG last week. Don't worry.
Oh,
Damn.
that one just went into the gut, into the gut.
Look, I'm trying to get my shots in now because I don't know what's going to happen with Leg 2 for Liverpool. So I'm trying to get the shots in now. Hector, what about you? What do you see for this Lazio Bayern game?
I mean, obviously, Bayern Munich is just the team that has everything. I mean, they have a very solid back line. They have a very solid goalkeeper. They have a very solid midfield. They have a very solid tech, and their bench is just as scary, if not better, especially with all the young talent that they have coming up. I mean, they could go a plethora of ways with this lineup. I mean, they could be trying to focus. I mean, if they don't think Lazio is something of an opponent to take lightly, I mean, they could ease up. Maybe we don't see Robert Lewandowski. Maybe he comes off the bench. Maybe we see Kingsley Coman. Maybe we see Leroy Sané. Maybe we see. They could go a plethora of ways everywhere. Maybe we see Javi Martinez. If Javi Martinez is there, don't be surprised if you see me tweet, "Hey, I forgot Javi Martinez still plays for Bayern Munich." Because basically, what
Oh,
happens every time I see Javi Martinez on the field, it's like, "Oh yeah, I forgot he's on the team."
It's so true, though.
I mean, they got Joshua Kimmich. I mean, this team is like stacked is just I don't even think stacked is the right word to use for Bayern Munich, but that's the word we're gonna use for Bayern Munich. Lazio, I mean, they're not necessarily like uh, I don't want to I want to give them some credit. They're a pretty good team. I mean, you do have Immobile, you do have Joaquin Carrera. I mean, they have some players that I mean, let's face it, they're probably gonna go elsewhere. When some clubs seem so worth in them, but maybe to Bayern Munich. But I think I think it's pretty clear that we know who's the and I mean Bayern Munich look strong, heavy favorites. They're the only top club what it seems like to not have any real issues as far as their season is going. I mean, like I said, we talk about all the power clubs. Liverpool has their struggles. Real Madrid has their struggles. Barcelona has their struggles. PSG, I mean, PSG is like still trying to fight their way up into the top three. Juventus is having their issues. The only club that we haven't been saying that they have issues is Bayern Munich. So I mean, they're clearly the strong, heavy favorites to repeat and win the Champions League again. I mean, anything can happen, but right now it just everything's pointing at Bayern Munich at this point.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I hate to say it, but I agree with you for on a lot of that actually. And if I can have an all 2013 roster, then it'd probably look along the same lines of what Lazio's current roster looks like, with Immobile, Luis Alberto, Lucas Leiva, Pepe Reina, two Liverpool guys that I still love to death. They have some old heads and that are still playing really well, which is surprising to many people. Ciro Immobile looks absolutely fantastic. Guy by Andres Pereira, he's fantastic, playing very well this season. Felipe Caicedo, he is having a fantastic season as well. But unfortunately for Simone Inzaghi's crew in Lazio, they are going up against the butcher knife or surgical precision knife, whatever they want to be in Bayern Munich. They can absolutely do anything at any point in time. It's terrifying to watch. I mean, you talk about their starters, their backups can honestly start for most of the teams that were in the group stages this year. I
yep.
mean, really, that's what's sad is their backups are just as good as their starters, and their starters are just wow, yeah, wow. I don't think they take it easy. This is leg one, so it is, and it's in Lazio, so I don't think Bayern takes it easy on them. I think they want to get the away goals and just pretty much just this one away for
Right.
aggregate. So I do think they run out Lewandowski. I do think they run out Kingsley Coman, who by the way just so happened to turn down an offer to Man United because he's like, no, I'm better
Oh
than you.
yeah.
He
Yeah.
said, I'm better than Man United. I don't need to go there. So we'll see how that pans out going forward. But predictions, guys. Obviously, we're all kind of leaning towards Bayern. Edward, you went first last time, so Hector, what's your prediction for this one?
You know what? I'll go nice on this one. I'll say 3-0 Bayern Munich.
Okay, that's nice. I didn't know a
That's
3-0
nice.
shellacking is nice.
I mean, at least we're not saying. At least I didn't not say 6-0 like I did last week.
Yeah,
For
and
real.
Porto heard us. Obviously, they listened to the
Yeah.
show because they came out ready to perform. So maybe Lazio comes out ready to perform after hearing
Or
how many
maybe
nice
Chesney
things.
just was full of himself when he heard us hype him up too much.
That's
Yeah.
probably true too. Edward, what about you? Obviously, Hector's going 3-0 for Bayern Munich. Edward, you got Lazio winning this one, right?
I like how it took him a while to realize what just.
I was like, yeah. I was like, I'm about to say, yeah. And then I was like, wait, huh? No, honestly, I guess it's gonna be also. You know what? I'm gonna be a dick. 5-1.
Wow. So
5-1.
hold on. The important part here is you let Lazio score 1 goal.
Yeah.
All right. I just wanted to make sure we were on the same page.
It's gonna be.
Or is it going to be an own goal?
Oh.
You would do that, dude.
But yeah, I would. I really think Bayern is really strong at this moment. So it's just it's hard to be like, oh, let me be nice. Hector, even I agree that wasn't really nice, but I'm being a dick.
Yeah, I mean,
Go ahead.
5-1 is that's a
5-1.
slap in the face to Lazio.
5-1 with an own goal.
5-1 with an own goal at that. Wow, yeah, I'm going for the heart, guys. What happened to saying something nice about Lazio? Where are you guys coming from?
We didn't agree to say.
Emblem.
You want me to say something nice about Lazio?
No, it's okay. It's all right. You don't have to. I think that ship has long sailed since before.
Technically, I did say something nice about Lazio.
Immobile is a badass striker.
Yeah, that's true. Joaquin Correa as well is just an underrated midfielder as well. I'll give him that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had this sneaky feeling that something like Porto is going to happen again, and I don't want it to. And I'm going against all my instincts on this one. My instincts are telling me, yeah, pick Lazio as an upset 1-0 winner. No. I'm playing smart. I'm going to play with what I know is soccer, and that's Bayern Munich is so damn good from start to finish that they have to win this game. If they don't win this game, who knows? Somebody's getting fired. David Alba's getting released, and Lewandowski will get cut immediately or something like that. That's what would happen if Bayern loses this game, I think. At least in Bayern fans' mind, they either win every game or they're terrible is what it seems like. But yeah, for me, I have Bayern winning this one. I'm going to give them 2-0. I'll give it 2-0. I'm not going to go crazy. I think Bayern goes up 2-0, nice. and then decides to take the foot off the pedal and play a little bit in midfield, if you will. Alphonso Davies dances a little bit. I mean, this team did only beat Tigres 2-1, so Tigres in my eyes might be a little bit better than Lazio.
That's being nice.
So, I had to be a little courteous after my complete destruction of Porto last week, and getting that one slapped right back in my face. So I need that. I need a bit of goodwill.
I said Ronaldo was going to score a hat trick, and look what happened to me.
Touche. So, guys, that does it for us today. Any final words about these games today, or getting ready for tomorrow? We have more games we'll talk about in the next episode. But any final words?
Any final retractions by any chance?
Edward? Any final retractions, Edward? Like allowing Lazio to score 1 goal?
Nope.
Hector, what about you? Any final words?
I mean, we're going into day 3 of the champions of the knockout stages of Champions League. We've had some pretty good games so far. A clear upset. I mean, just you're more excited about what this week comes, and I think these are gonna be at least the Chelsea Atletico Madrid game is gonna be a really good one to watch. I think that's gonna be the one that more people are gonna be more excited about seeing if you're just an unbiased soccer fan. But the Lazio Munich game, I mean, anything can happen. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I mean, I said this is my way to make me. It's my way of feeling like safe and like letting people know, like, hey, man, it could happen. But,
yeah. Trying to play the both sides of the coin without actually playing both sides of the coin. I'm with you. I get that. I did that when I wrote my blog.
Bayern's winning. Bayern's winning.
Oh no. That's my alarm, guys, telling me we're almost out of time. So obviously, that's going to be in the recording. That's going to sound fantastic on playback. I can't wait for that to scare me when I edit this. But guys, obviously, if you guys haven't already, follow Hector and Edward over at Insert Name FC on Twitter. Be sure to follow them there. Instagram as well, because I forgot that last week that you guys have an Instagram because you guys are more progressive than we are. And for me over at the High Low Sports Podcast, follow us on Twitter at high_low_sports. Also on YouTube, if you guys are watching this on YouTube, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below to follow the Unhinged Sports Network. And then head on over to Twitter to make sure you follow us, guys. But we will be back with you tomorrow. And until then, enjoy today's game.